Okay guys, I'm gonna try to walk you through 9.2 in Math Excel, question number 7. So this word problem says during halftime of a soccer game, a slingshot launches t-shirts at a crowd. The t-shirt is launched from a height of 6 feet with an initial upward velocity of 88 feet per second. The t-shirt is caught 47 feet above the field. How long will it take for the t-shirt to reach its maximum height? What is the maximum height and what is the range? So we have 3 questions to answer on this one. So we'll do it one at a time. If you guys remember, this question was also on our notes. It's on page 12. So what I'm going to do is I want to walk you through how we solve this one. Now everybody will have a different given. So this one, the initial height of the t-shirt was at 6 feet. The initial upward velocity was 88 feet. So if you look at our notes, the initial velocity here was 72, and the t-shirt was launched from 5 feet off the ground. Okay, so this formula is what we're still using. So H is equal to, well, the leading coefficient is still going to be negative 16 t to the second power. But instead of having a 72 as the initial upward velocity, this one is going to be 88. Okay, so this was the one on the notes, t plus 5. Okay, well, how do I solve for the first question? How long will it take for the t-shirt to reach its maximum height? So how long will be a time question. So the t, remember, is your x. If you look at a quadratic function, this is going to be y is equal to negative ax to the second power plus bx plus c. All right, so we're actually looking for an x. Well, in 9.2, we have a formula for solving for x, or what we call an axis of symmetry. And it's this formula right here. So what did we do when we were going over this lesson? We replaced the b and the a. Okay, so isn't this the b? Isn't this the a? And that's the c. So negative 72, I got it from that one, over 2 times the a, which is negative 16. All right, so that's negative 72 over 2 times negative 16. A positive times a negative will be a negative. Okay, so that's going to be negative 32. Okay, then one more step. Well, a negative divided by a negative is gonna be a positive. So what do I do with that one? I do 72 divided by, 72 divided by 32. And that's how we got our x, which is 2.25. So the first question answered here was how many seconds it will take. So this is my answer. Now for you guys, follow along as you solve your own Math Excel problem. So for this one, it was a 6 and an upward velocity of an 88. So for you, you're going to write y, which is going to be your h, is equal to negative 16 t to the second power, plus the upward velocity for that one was 88 t plus 6. So notice that this one is 88. I replace this with whatever the problem gave me, and I'm going to replace that, which is the c, with whatever it is that I was given. Okay, follow the math on how I did this, and you're going to get your own x. It says on Math Excel, type an integer or a decimal. I got a decimal, so that's fine. It's in 2.25 seconds. You'll probably get the same thing, or you could get a whole number answer. Okay, as long as it's in seconds, and just remember, your answer needs to make sense for the problem. Okay, so first question done. Second question. The t-shirt's maximum height is blank feet above the field. Well, we already solved for x. So what else do you think we're going to solve for? There's only one more variable we haven't solved for. It's the y. Since it's an h on the problem, because we're looking for a height, in your mind, just replace your y with an h, but it's the same thing. So it's going to be h is equal to negative 16, so I'm back to my original problem. Well, I already have a t, so I don't have to write the t. What I'm going to write is what I got for the t, or what we call the x. Remember, that one's to the second power because this is my leading coefficient, and this is my quadratic, plus, well, 72. Here's the t again, which is the x, so I'm going to write 2.25 again. And then my initial height is 5. Okay, so what else do we need to remember? PEMDAS will tell us to do powers first. So when you're asked to do that, you do 2.25 times 2.25. Okay, do not do 2.25 times 2. When you get this number, let's see, I'll write it down here. Okay, I multiply that with 16. This is a negative, don't forget. That comes out a negative answer. And then I do this portion right here, 72 times 2.25. I get 162 plus 5. Negative, positive, positive. I know I can combine my two positives together. Okay, a negative and a positive can't add them, but it's basically subtract smaller number from the bigger number, and I get the sign of the bigger number, which happens to be positive. It's 86. I found my h, which is our y. So the t-shirt's maximum height is at 86. So on your own problem, remember, h is equal to negative 16. Plug in what you got for your x. You can pause the video while I'm waiting for you. Plus, well, this one is an 88. Plug in the x that you got, plus a 6. Guys, remember, don't just blindly copy. Look at what MathXL gave you as a problem. Solve it the way I did it, and then you'll be able to come up with your own h. Double check to see if your answer makes sense. And that takes care of the second one. The last question in this series was, what is the range of the function? So when I review domain and range, well, domain is x, range is y. So they're asking for the y's here, the y. So it can't be all real numbers because that's our domain answer, right? So if it's gonna be range, it's saying what is the smallest range and what is the highest range in this problem. Well, did it start at 47 feet? They're talking about the height of the t-shirt. What is the initial height of the t-shirt? Did it start at 6 feet? Or did it start at the ground, 0 feet? Okay, so this was out. Gonna leave that up to you. Hopefully you understood what it's asking. Look at the givens, guys. Okay? And that's it for number 7. Thank you.